What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are looking at Bitcoin today. We're looking at it, and I've got the ribbon pulled up here, so we can see that we are still in a bearish posturing. You know, I've been using this example here. The last time that we crossed bearishly, you know, right here we crossed right there. The top that we had after that move to the bottom that we had was a 41% drop, okay? This took place in a time period of 21 days exactly. 21 bars, 21 days, okay? And I was comparing the current move that we have to this. But as the time has gone on, from top to bottom here, we can see that right now on this day, we are on the 20th day. So I think it's fair to say that assuming this move is going to be just like the last one where it dropped 41%, we're only at 13% here, and it's been about the same amount of time. This is a weaker move, weaker price action follow through for a bearish cross on the daily ribbon than we saw last time. That, you know, if you're taking a bearish stance, that's not a good thing. The price is coming down a little bit right now, which is nice, but to be completely fair, you know, like on the daily, we are still postured to the downside. We are potentially finding resistance here right now. All this is lower highs and lower lows. I do think that the bearish move that I've been talking about for weeks and months now, I still think that that is in play. I do think that we're going to see that, but there is some concerning stuff happen. We are definitely at a critical point for the bulls and for the bears. You know, we're coming to the end one way or another of this sideways nothing price action, and right now we do have a bearish tilt. We do have, you know, price going down, closing lower, which is not necessarily a good thing, but you know, you are going to have your last day close at its lowest before you turn up, so you know, anything could happen. If we're looking at it from a weekly perspective, we are still crossed to the downside, but right now it's looking like we might be bouncing off of this yellow line, and this is why I'd really like to see in the next 3 hours, how many hours we got left in the day? 3 hours and 12 minutes. I would really like us to come down. It's, you know, you see the percentage over here. This week is only up 2.09%. I think in 3 hours Bitcoin can come down 2.09%. I think it can do that, or more even. But I wouldn't like this. I don't like the way this looks from a bearish perspective. This looks very bullish in my opinion, bouncing off of this yellow line like this, being this close and just like this resilient overall to the ribbon, not coming back below it, even though it's postured to the downside. This would look bullish and scream for continuation, and continuation would be in the realm of, you know, from here, 33,000 to 35.7 thousand. And that's totally possible. That's completely possible to happen. Not ideal, not what I'm looking for, but it could happen. I wonder, actually, I want to see, I know I've got a lot of lines brought up here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I wonder, what about this guy? I'm going to refresh all of this so that I get rid of the EMA ribbon, and then I'm going to go to the Binance chart. USDT, there we go. I want to see, because I was talking about the bearish 3 drives pattern on the 1 hour time frame, but if we look at this from top to bottom here, we've got the 1414 that we kind of top out at from top to bottom here. 1786. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe it's not going to be. I don't know. But if we were from top to bottom to find an extension, the 1414, the 1786, 1886, somewhere around, you know, 33,000 to 30. I thought it was higher than that. Oh, this is the Binance chart. That's why. So yeah, 33,000 to like 35.6 thousand would be the range I would expect to see if we were to move up from here. I don't think that we're going to move up from here. That's not my bias right now. But that can quickly change. That can quickly change, especially with the week closing green and us bouncing off of this 50 here. Every single time, and I mean it, I'm not going to go through it, but just trust me, every time that we've had a bounce off of the 50 level, it has been good for price action. Good for it, for sure. I mean, to the tone of the last time that this happened from bottom to top, by the way, this sent us to the all-time highs. We went up 74%. The time before that, from bottom to top, well, it's a lot more than 74%, I'll tell you that, you know. And same thing, let's see, with I guess this chart doesn't have as much historical data as the other one, but every time, I promise you, if we were to even look at it on the BTC USD, the index, every time that we've bounced off the 50 area, it's been good. It's been good for it. You know, bounced off it here, bounced off it here. It's been good for it. So this would be very not good for the bearish case to bounce off the 50 like this. But again, we are up only 2.03% for this week. We do have about 3 hours and 9 minutes now left in the week. And on an hourly basis, if we're looking at it, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this hour looks pretty bearish. We could, in the next, I'm not even kidding, in the next 2 hours, we could see a move that isn't even that big. It'll look dramatic on this chart, but really it's only going to be like 2% or like 1%. You know, a 1% move from here wouldn't be that much. I guess I'd look for more of a 2% move. I don't know, something like that. That would be nice. I don't know. Getting below this price range here, getting below that line around 26,200 would be nice. And right now that's about a 1.1% drop. So that's really not that far. This candle looks big and gruesome, but it's barely a 0.5%. It's 0.67%. So these are still very like nothing moves. We're not seeing anything going on that's really convincing one way or another. But you know, I would be concerned on a weekly basis if we closed with this bounce looking like it wants to play out. So that's the one thing that I'm hoping in the next 3 hours, price comes down just a little bit, you know, 2%, that's not that much, just a little bit to kind of eliminate this potential bounce off the 50. If we look at the daily time frame, we are above the 50 here on the RSI, but we've done that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, you know, gone just barely above it. And, you know, here we're just barely above it for sure. But this time we went up to the 60. Well, what I'm trying to say is anytime that we've gotten above it in the recent time frames, it hasn't been bullish. It's just been temporary, and then we come down lower. We are potentially testing resistance at the 1, 2, 3 moving average right here. And that's nice, you know, for the bears. That's definitely nice for the bears. We do have lower highs and lower lows in play. If we were to take a fib from here from top to bottom, it kind of looks like we wanted to touch the 618, but there wasn't enough buying pressure, or maybe there's too much selling pressure, and we couldn't quite hit the 618. We came close, less than 0.5% away from it, but we couldn't quite get there. Generally, a setup like this would be bearish, but you know, being that it's only one day after this, it's not too convincing to me that we're going to go down yet. We could still come up. You know, it could be tomorrow or today or the next day, you know, that it goes up to the 618 to test it. I would expect at least that we would test this, and we haven't done that yet. But if we were to test that from here, that would confirm that we're going to have a green week here and a bounce off the 50, and there's just a lot of not good things, or a lot of good things, I guess. It would be good for the price action. It would grow, but that's not what I want to see. Being below the 50 like this, being held down by the 50 like this, I do like that. The 50 is not a conventional level. It's not very common to find significance on, but whenever you do, I always say if you find significance on the 50, you get significant moves afterwards. So that could be in play, but it might be a day too late, man. Like with this bounce, with the way that it looks on the weekly, on the RSI, this is my main point of concern. I can't, hold on. There we go. That's my main point of concern. And this could be the first time in Bitcoin's history. It could be the first time that we bounce off the 50 and then turn down lower. It could be the first time. There's a lot of firsts that have kind of taken place in this this cycle. You know, this is the first time ever that Bitcoin for a top had a double top. This is the first time ever that Bitcoin had a bottom, or ever, period, went below a previous cycle high. This is the furthest, you know, if we were to draw a fib from the bottom here to the top, this is the furthest down the fib retracement that we've ever made it, ever. We've never gone like below the 0.382. I'm fairly positive we've never done that. You know, it's completely possible that we do this, and maybe we bounce from here and we go up and test the 236 at $33,000 as resistance, and then go lower. I don't know. I really would like some bearish resolve to the downside right now. This is a critical point. I do expect one way or another, whether it's up or down, I expect we're going to get some resolve here soon. But again, you know, the one thing that I'm kind of leaning on with this could be the first time, just like the huge lists of firsts that we have in this cycle, where we have something bullish happen, but ultimately it's actually not bullish. There's a lot of things that, you know, this was supposed to hold. We were never supposed to go below that, but we actually, you know, we did go below it. We had a double top. We on the monthly, we were at the lowest points in the RSI that we've ever been. We rejected the 50 for the first time. We actually like came down, we went above it, and then came back down below it on a closing basis. We've never done that either. There's a whole list of things I'm not going to get into that are like first times for this bear market, or for this cycle. So that's like the one length of hope that I have for this 50. If it bounces here, you know, maybe we have our first time where this doesn't result in an extremely bullish move. But I feel like I'm grasping at straws with that, you know. So to be more comfortable, I'd really like to see this day close 2% to the downside. And we have a little bit of time left to do that, and it very well could happen. You know, other than that, I don't really know what else to say. I don't know if I have anything. We can measure some other fibs. I know I've looked at these on other videos, but just to refresh my memory. You know, we're not really in anything right now. From the look of this, I would expect us to come down to the 618, but we don't have to. Above the 236 here, that's not a bad thing. That's, you know, it's definitely good for the upside. Yeah, man, I don't really know what to make of this. You know, if we're being very objective and just taking the indicators out of it, right now, we are testing a previous area of support and potentially confirming it as resistance, which wouldn't be good for the price. It would mean it would go down. But we did just bounce off of this area, which was a previous area of resistance, and we just confirmed it. We definitely confirmed it as support, which is a good thing. You know, it's definitely a good thing. If we were to draw lines here from, I don't know, here to there, something like this, something maybe a little bit higher, I don't know, maybe something like this. You know, we're at the upper areas of this range. We're at the upper areas of this range, and we could break through it to the upside and, you know, be done with this range finally. Or, you know, we could be rejecting it. This could be a partial decline. And a partial decline, let me show you here. Partial decline charts. Yeah. A partial decline in the stock market. Bulkowski, man, I love this guy. Let's see. Where is it? So partial decline. Okay, so I guess we'd be seeing a partial incline. But you see here how you have your range, you have the line. It came down and it didn't come and touch this line. It just actually, you know, it looked like it was going to go. That was the next thing to do, come down and touch this line, but it didn't. That's what a partial decline is. Let's see if there's another example. Yeah, something kind of like this, right? And that could be what we're seeing now, but like a partial incline where we have this line, it doesn't quite come up to touch it. It just, you know, there's not enough oomph to get it up there. And we're rejecting the purple line here. Maybe we come down. I don't know. I'd really like, in fact, if we were to go below, you know, below this area here, which is like halfway through this candle, kind of at this support zone here. If we were to go below this zone from this current high, I would very much be convinced that the next attempt down through this line would be a break to the downside. We would see the move happen like at the next attempt for sure. Maybe not for sure, but probably. That's my assumption. Other than that, though, there's a lot of this and a lot of that in the charts, man. It's really hard to say. I definitely still have my bearish outlook. I'm maintaining that position until proven otherwise. We have not been proven otherwise. To make me feel safe and sleep good tonight, I would very much, very, very, very much like to see us close this week neutral or red. I would not like us to be this high up. You know, if it's green, it can only be like a little bit green, because here we are, you know, when we opened the week, we were just a little bit below the 50. So if it's a little bit green and it comes back up to the 50, that's okay. But being this far above the 50 like this, it really does look like a bounce, and that's not okay if you're like me and anticipating more downside to come. But we'll see, you know. other than that, I don't know what else to say. I got nothing else for you guys. It's just more of the same. Nothing exciting is happening yet. Other than this. This might be the most exciting thing. There's nothing else that's really exciting going on. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's kind of the name of the game right now. At the current moment, I feel like I sound like I'm grasping at straws, okay? But hear me out. I really wouldn't be surprised if this day closed with a 2% deficit, right, to the downside. If we closed from open to close 2% to the downside, that'd put us around just below 26,000. I'd really love to see that personally. And not just love to see that, but I kind of am expecting that. The 382's right down there. We're looking like we're rejecting the purple line. On the 1 hour, we do have bearish divergence. Where is it? Back here from the top. You know, we might be seeing the resolve right now. We did just have a very bearish engulfing candle. Not a whole lot of volume coming in, but to be fair, there wasn't a whole lot of volume coming into the upside either. Most of the volume has still been to the downside. If we go on the 4 hour, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 peaks of bearish divergence here, you know, higher highs with lower lows or lower highs. This does, and you know, we have 2 hours and 58 minutes. I guess this will be determined by the end of the day, but we could be getting out of the bullish control zone below the 60 level here. We could be making our way down below this 50, and on the 4 hour basis, that'd be a lot more significant than the 1 hour. I would expect us to come lower than this low if that happened, but I'm just, you know, I'm talking ifs, if-thens, a lot of if-thens right now because I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, man. This, from a 4 hour look, I'm definitely a little bit more optimistic with this bearish divergence on the RSI. Not only that, not only is it bearish divergence, but you're rejecting this overbought zone. I want to see, is this bearish divergence? Ooh. Ooh. It might not be. It might not actually be. Let me see. That is not bearish divergence, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not bearish divergence. It's close enough. It's a double top in a sense, you know, on the RSI. It's close enough. It's definitely a double top. And we are seeing the downside result as of that. And if you zoom this out to like a more like regular kind of perspective, you know, it does look like we're rejecting the overbought zone, which isn't a good thing either. But I don't know, man. Let's see what we're doing on the long-term RSI. We're below the 50, rejecting the 50 area. That's kind of nice. I like to see that. I'm hopeful. I'm definitely hopeful that by the end of this day we might see some more of a red side move. Like right now it's only 0.65% to the downside. This candle, by the end of the day, this candle right here could literally triple in size or double in size. But we'll see. Maybe it does that to the upside. I don't know. I'm hoping not, but we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Yep. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much. Take care. Be easy.